Good morning, Nikki and Craig.
Morning.
Good morning, people.
Good morning, people. Jesse's kicked us off with consciousness. Craig, the word of the day, consciousness.
Yeah, I can go with that one.
Oh yeah, please do. Please do.
The capital C one.
Say that again.
I said the capital C consciousness.
Yes. Oh, yes, Craig. Give us some more, Craig.
Yeah, I heard it described a few days ago as life's intelligence.
Come on, Craig. Let's go.
Yeah, it is good.
Yeah, that's very good, Craig. Oh, Craig, that's good. Consciousness of intelligence, right?
Yeah. Well, life's intelligence.
Oh, life
Yeah.
intelligence.
Life's intelligence. Yeah.
Oh, let me just write that down. Let me just write that down. Wait. Life. Lives. Let's say it one more time because I'm writing it down.
Life's intelligence.
Life intelligence. Thank you very much. Consciousness.
Yeah, you could also say life's intention.
True, but I like that one rather. Life intelligence rings a bell for me. That's the first, you know, Craig, the first time when you think of something, it is what it is. That's it. You were perfect. Perfect with that
I want to share a quote.
Yes, go ahead. Please do.
Your level of consciousness defines your level of life.
Say that again. I don't know why. Is it just me? But it's
your level of consciousness defines your level of life.
Okay. This is too good to not. I've got to write this one down.
Keep writing, Nikki.
I'm telling you, this is, listen, hello there. So you say memory. You say memory what? Memory what? Oh gosh, this is good. Okay. G, are you still there?
Yes, Nikki, I'm here.
Could you kindly just repeat what you said? A memory of what?
I said your level of consciousness defines your level of life.
Defines, Defines
yeah.
the level. Yeah, I got it.
The
level. Sorry, I have to concentrate and write it. At the level, because you interrupted me. I was doing really good. The memory, defines the level of life. That's what it said. That's what it said. Beautiful. Memory. Wow. Wow, that's right. Consciousness, life, intelligence, memory, define the level of life. Memory. Wow, that's really powerful, hey? That's really good. Thank you.
Yeah, so sorry for me jumping in and out because the kids are coming home from school, so yeah.
No apology needed.
But I'm listening.
Mm. Mm. Jessie was kind enough to write that down. Yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you. Whoa. Nice. Oh, that's so good. It's so good. Oh, I love that. Level consciousness. Yeah. Yeah. I love the words this morning. It's very encouraging. Yeah, I guess because authenticity is mine. Because when you're authentic, not only authentic, but when you are true to yourself, to your heart, stay in your heart, it will follow us through. Everything else will follow through. Yeah. Unfortunately, we weren't allowed. It was not allowed to be you. You had to be somebody else, compared by somebody else. If it was a sibling or cousin or neighbor. Yeah. Authenticity, authentic. Stay to your heart. Stay true to your heart. That's my word for the day.
My word's special. Allowing each of us to be special.
That takes me back to the dove. Nikki seeing it for the first time. A white dove in amongst all the pigeons. In amongst all the buildings, concrete. and the association that we have with the white dove. The first time I saw your picture, Chi, I just had this expansive experience in my heart.
Wow. Nice.
Mm-hmm. I love
It's a
that.
lot of meaning. Yeah.
So thank you for that, Jessie. My words for today are creative, compassionate momentum. And when I think about consciousness and life's intelligence, I think those are the words that probably surround that the best. Or that I see the most readily in that existence. I'll share something from my day yesterday. And I was thinking about what words or sentences would I use for myself in terms of keeping an orientation in life. And so what I came up with was one of my favorite sayings in the beginning was bow to the emotion, honor all of life, and welcome with gratitude how it sustains me. Remember to use intuition and compassion to come from those two places, to sit in those two places and move from there. And the fourth one was to accept information just as that. So always watch out for where my charge is and drop it. Information is neutral. And then the next one is use the laws of nature to guide you in this endeavor to honor life. And the last one was create structures that allow for momentum. So thank you for letting me speak to that. It's so much, and the reason why I thought I would share it is because so much of that comes from what I've learned in the group from you, Jessie, that we've all participated in and reflected on and reflect back to each other. and that the silence gives us so many gifts in the silence.
My word for the day is light.
Mm.
You're all special to me.
Thank you. Some of those sound like poor choices.
Yeah, that was definitely the template for me, right? And it was also because I was thinking about what do we do in that wiggle? What resources do we have in the wiggle? And the first one is to observe whether you're in a problem-solving or creative structure. I find that enormously helpful. And then, so if you're in a creative structure, well, what orientation have you got within that? And then the infinite orientations, right? And so I just started thinking, well, what do I use sometimes? And what would I like to use more often? And what would I like to drop? And the one that I want to drop, of course, is the charge. Because if I drop the charge, I can see further. And in being able to see more, my intuition is way stronger. And my heart certainly feels a lot more capable of being inclusive, of taking in. And that's where the bowing to the emotion is so powerful for me. I think the bowing to the emotion always lets go of the charge. And you kind of open the door for what else is there in that charge. What is that charge seeing? And then what's on the other side of that charge? So what is the other person experiencing in that moment? Or what might they be experiencing? Not what are they, because that's presuming, but what might they? And that's a moment of collaboration. It's when you start building the bridge. And it's really beautiful. Only for me, there are two examples this morning, and the one was, or you could say 3, 4. So if we start off in consciousness and recognize it as what was Craig's terminology again? The life's intelligence, and authenticity from Nikki and Jesse's special. All of that, all of those things reflect each other, and in their reflection and in their joining, there's that immediate sense of collaboration and a sense of more. So they present a creative structure. And that's certainly what nature does. I mean, just imagine all the points of collaboration that had to take place for this planet to exist in the first place. Never mind how it got to be where it is now.
or the one way from the chaos in which it exists.
Yes.
That is special.
Very. And to be able to be in this life that is so dense and so difficult and yet so unbelievably beautiful. There's so much awe and wonder and expansiveness and joy.
Yeah, and to know that we got chosen to be in these times of chaos.
Yes. Morning,
Like
Pastor.
Good morning. It just makes us really special.
Mhm.
And it's like we take it for granted.
Mm, we do.
And then we're like, yeah, but that's not enough, right? But if we know that like what's going on beyond the veil, that people are cheering us, or like beings are cheering us to be here during these times.
Mm,
You know, imagine you're on the stage and then like everybody's applauding you for what you're doing right now. Doesn't matter what you're doing, just to be here, to hold the
exactly.
frequency.
Exactly. Yep.
But then we're like, oh no, but like the audience is not big enough. Want something bigger. It's just so ridiculous when you think about that.
Mm. Mm.
We are it. That's it.
Just zooming into those words, the concept, the structure of I want something bigger.
When you can't even manage what you have.
Yeah. Well, because we think we're so small.
That's right. We don't recognize, right?
So the phrase I want something bigger takes place in the future.
Mm-hmm.
What's that say about the now?
That it's not good enough.
Mhm.
That there's not enough.
That we're not present.
Mhm.
Definitely.
And that leads to a misalignment.
Mm.
An oscillation, a resistance, unaware of it, but just conditioned to say that. And not give a thought to it. That's an example of a problem-solving structure.
Mm.
What's fascinating is you can say the same words, I want more, and I'm satisfied with where I'm at. That's a creative structure.
Mm. Oh, I'm appreciative.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm allowing more
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
because there's
Now,
there's nowhere to go, nowhere to reach in, reach out, you know? And a good example of that is like, some people knew that like I was doing some breathing yesterday. I mentioned in the chat like 4 or 5 days ago. And it was like 45 minutes of breathing, like intensively, like conscious breathing, they call it. But like it's a very special thing because like they call it 90 breathing or something. So like you got music, but the music it's almost like a drum that like it's going all around you. And then you got binaural beats on top of that. And then the frequency is tuned to 432. And then you got his voice that's like it's going from left, right, center, up, down, everywhere. And so you're breathing a little bit for a bit, and then like and eventually like you get to your subconscious, like you have no choice to let go because like you know you got so much tension inside of you because you're breathing so hard that like yeah, you got that resistance. And then I mean like you can let go the resistance by like just slowing down your breathing, or you just kept going, and then like you get all tingly everywhere, and like sometimes it's pain, and then like I felt like pain in my left shoulder, and then like my bottom right of my ribs, and then like at 2 occasions like you scream. And then like I was downstairs, and then it was around 9 o'clock during that time, and then like I was like, okay, I'm gonna bring a pillow because like people think like I just murdered my wife. So I brought a pillow, and then I put it like right against my face, and then I'm screaming like you wouldn't believe, because like the one part is like you're like when you're kind of finishing breathing for like probably like I'd say like 25 minutes, like you're holding your breath, and then like you're squeezing your abs, like you're really like, you know, bringing everything in, and then like he's telling you like all the stuff that like is bringing the intensity in.
It's
And then you release, right? And then like, so I've done twice, and then like I finished, it was almost like 10 o'clock last night. And then like I come upstairs, and I'm thinking like, yeah, I screamed, but it wasn't a pillow, so nobody heard me. And like my wife was like, she was like so stunned. She was like, you scared the shit out of me twice. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she was like, well, you were screaming, like, you know, I'm sure like the neighbor heard you. And I'm like, what? I brought a pillow for a reason, you know? But it just show you like how much like I was in the presence. And then like I didn't like let anything affect me. And it was just so beautiful. Like it was just like such a release, you know, like, oh
Mm.
yeah, if you're into breathing, like I completely recommend this. Like it's just,
Isn't it
and like
interesting, Pascal, how with that breath, how every single system in your body got engaged?
oh yeah. How?
Well, think just of your short description, right? So you're breathing,
Mhm.
you're impacting on the diaphragm, you're impacting on the muscles, first of all around your chest.
Yeah.
Then you're impacting on your circulation,
Yeah.
and then the body electric. Well,
Oh
and the
yeah,
body
like
electric probably almost right in the beginning because of the heart, right?
yeah, you completely feel it. Like, and the weirdest thing is like your hand become like claws. You can't really open them.
Mm.
And like, you know, I do a lot of breathing when I'm out in vacation. So I work.
Mm.
But I haven't done anything since I've been on the parental leave. And then I was like, oh, I don't know, like if I'm stepping in the right thing, right? Like it's 45 minutes of like really intense breathing, and I haven't done that for a while. And then like, okay, you know, I'm not gonna lie, like in the beginning I had a lot of resistance to it. But I was like, you know what?
Yeah, it's tough. It's hard work.
I'm here for a reason. I'm here for a reason.
Yeah.
And you know, and there's like it was probably, I don't know, maybe 120, 150 breather altogether.
Yeah.
So it was like, you know what? I'm part of it. I'm doing it. So
That's great.
but it's like, yeah, I murder a part of myself, it looks like. And I released it.
You dissolved it.
Oh. Yeah, it's a bit hard to fall asleep after that though, I would say, you know.
'Cause
That's
it's
why I
so
like to do it
easy.
in the morning, but
Yeah.
because you got so much oxygen, it's not even funny. It's rushing all throughout your body, right? So,
Mm.
but that's just one way. That's one way to release things, right? Like,
Mm.
but it's the presence. Like it is, you know, when you're going that intense, like you have no choice. It's not like you can like have your mind wander around. You can't, because you're kind of in pain, and then like
Yeah.
yeah, and then it's just you're in the flow as well, right? So
It's so interesting that we can walk around with that entanglement in our bodies and not be aware that it's there until we bring the necessary substance to it, like oxygen.
yeah, it's like tapping in, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where's just infinite potential, and then you know that's just one little part of myself that I'm able to tap in.
Mm.
You know, you spoke about intuition, right?
Mm. Mm.
Like intuition, like Claire, like Craig was talking about all the Claire, right?
Mm.
It's just infinite.
Mm.
And you get into these breathing session, and it's like you do feel your body, but like it's like some part of your body dissolves where it's not in pain.
Yeah.
It dissolves, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's such a weird feeling, you know, but
And then the pain dissolves as well.
and the pain dissolve like as soon as you scream, like, and then like, yeah, you get to, you're not as tingly,
Mm.
and then you kept going, like you do another round, right? And then you get back to the same.
Mm.
Yeah.
What is it? What is it called, Pascal?
Called 9D breath work.
9D breathwork. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I followed this guy like a while ago. And then he had a program called Breath Master, and I bought that one. And this one is more like to have, so he's trying to sell his program like a coaching program, right? Like coaching and then like breathwork facilitator. But yeah, and then like he just gives a taste of it. But like, yeah, they're just absolutely fantastic.
Gee, there's another, there are two other forms that I know about that are both very good, and they're different to this one.
Yeah.
The one is Soma breath,
Yeah,
Soma.
I have that one too.
and
I
then
just had to write it down.
and then the other one is neurodynamic breath work.
Yeah, that one with like Stan Groff, right?
It's
Like,
based on his work, yeah.
Yeah.
The guy that
It's
developed
what's
it
his
is
name?
Michael Stone.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a lovely man.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I wrote
Yeah,
it down.
it's like somatic breath work, right? So it's a lot of but the one I've done, like it was more like popular song, really like meaningful song. But
Yeah.
like I know with Michael is more like drumming and
Yes.
like
Yeah.
all that stuff. And then like Soma is he knows his stuff too, like really. But it's different, right? It's a different style. And then you got Wim Hof.
Oh God.
Wim Hof, that's a different
Yeah, Wim Hof,
cat
the
as
Iceman.
well, right? So
Really heavy going.
Yeah. Ice bathing.
yeah, there's so many, but yeah.
Pascal, there's a little method that is based on Tesla's sequencing. So the 369, and what you
Right.
do. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
So what you do is 3 very short, very forceful in and out cycles. Then you do 3 long in, long out cycles. And then you repeat that 6, with the 6, and you repeat it again with the 9. And then that entire sequence you can repeat as many times as you want. So that's just, it's an amazing process, and you're not having to use anything else to do it, right? So it's kind of like the cheapest the cheapest version. It's highly effective.
Right. I never heard of that one. That's cool.
Mm.
There's a lot of like 4, 7, 8, take in for 4 seconds, keep it for 7 seconds, and release for 8. There's all kind, right? Like 4, 4, 4, 4, the box breathing, and so many, right? It depends like what states you're reaching out, or like you want to be in, I think, right?
And also what works for your body the best, right? As always.
Yeah, that too. That too. Yeah, it's that inner guidance, right? Like that intuition, like is this resonate with me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or not? It's just good to explore, right? Explore different things. And
It is.
yeah, and then the last part is probably the best because it's you just relax, and then like there's a few song at the end, and then like you still like tense a little bit, but you're so at peace. And then for me, like that's when like I don't know if that's what it feels like to open your third eye, but like, I got these, they're not very circle. They're not perfect circle. They're just like kind of like a mark that's coming closer and then it's going away, and kind of a star, but it's more like round. It's so I don't even know if it's like third eye that's trying to open or what's the deal, but it's just so blissful. That's all I know. And is it really important to know that what it is? Not really, right? Just the state I'm in.
But it's
So.
useful. Yeah, sure. It's not important to know what it is. But your experience is very important.
Yeah.
That's what counts.
Yeah, and it's like, if I would do it today, I'll probably have expectation, but I haven't done it for a long time. So I was just like, you know what? I'm here. Let's just breathe. That's it. And it doesn't matter like how I breathe. I just want to bring as much oxygen in my body, and that's it. And that's why I get the most out of it without that expectation. Because otherwise you're always waiting, Oh, when is it gonna come? Like, how I'm gonna feel this way?
That's a sure way to know that you're not in the present, right?
Yeah, exactly. I stepped out outside today with the dogs, and I was just like, why is it so busy? I thought like it was weekend, And then like people are just flying by, and I'm like, it's Monday. People gotta go to work. Is that interesting? People work. Oh. Maybe I'm too comfortable of not working right now. It put in perspective, like, why do we work, right?
Yes.
When we stop working.
And what kind of work you replace your work with.
Yeah. yeah, obviously you have to do something. Feels good to do something. Well, to me anyway. Gotta move. But not being attached to a job. Attached to make money. Well, you don't make money, but to because to me, when I saw like all these trucks, cars, I'm like, we're all slaves.
So true. Yeah.
You know, I gotta go to work. Why? And Kevin Trudeau was saying that because one question was like, do you have to do anything to achieve your desire? And he says, the answer is no. But he said, like, you want so bad to do something. It's not necessary, but like, you feel like you want to do something because like you're so enjoying what you're doing. And that's how I feel about my work when I go back, right? But maybe I'll have a different perspective then, but you know, it doesn't feel like work.
Yeah. Trudeau.
Mm-hmm.
Trudeau, he's working for the New World Disorder.
Oh, that's
Trudeau?
the Prime Minister.
No.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, he's putting like I don't know, like stick and wheels or something, right? Like he's just but they're all part of consciousness. So what I heard is like eventually like they'll realize that they work against themselves.
Some people were given a role to do just that.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
It's a movie, you know?
Yeah,
Some
like
people are bad,
even
some people are
Hitler,
good. And that makes a good
even
movie.
yeah, even Hitler was intentional.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we heard that like a big one of the class on self-mastery, that this being is still recovering for what he's done. But he's so good at it that like he was called to do it. But it's through chaos that like change occurs. But it's like nobody wants to change. So we stay in chaos longer. But see, you were talking about Trudeau, and then like, it doesn't affect me. I don't listen to him. I don't pay attention. He gets no energy from me.
Yeah. The magician can't do his trick without an audience.
The magician cannot do his trick without
Without an audience. Without an audience.
without an audience. Yeah.
They're all tricksters. They're deceptors, liars. They're
That
yeah,
thing about
you're right. Don't give them. Sorry, I listened to one.
no, go ahead, G. Go ahead.
No, no, you go first.
I'm gonna change, or I'm gonna circle back to something, so I don't mind if you talk.
No, you go ahead.
So that notion of everything being planned, and that some people are designated to do the things that they've done. I have a little bit of a different take on that, and for me it comes from Tibetan teachings, where there's quite a bit of emphasis on the fact that every single life has enormous value, because souls have chosen to come to be incarnated. So that means for me that I need to honor what people that are abusive of situations and power and people, that I have to honor that soul. But for me, I don't see it as that that they were designated to do what they did. I see it more as that they were designated to play out shadow, but even in that shadow, there was free will. They had the opportunity for free will. So it's a little bit different for me because I think that, yeah, for me, it's not that those roles are assigned to do exactly what they did. That's a subtle difference.
Mm.
But I feel it's an important one to make for me. And of course, it's just about the information, right? And then how that information impacts on you in terms of how you then view what, or not what perhaps, but how the energies in this plane work. You know, so with people like Hitler and Mao and Stalin and leaders today, they have opportunity to change.
Sometimes the people that are working for them are also doing things in their name that they're probably not aware of.
That's
They
right.
can't be everywhere all the time. So
That's
sometimes they get said, you did that and did that. What? I had no idea that was done.
That's right.
They're just the front figure, the one that gets the blame.
That's right. That's absolutely right. I agree with that 100%. Thank you for that, Jean.
Hi.
I'm sorry. I get confused between the two of you.
You're not the only one, but now I'm good. I'm good.
Can you do it now? I thought I had it yesterday, Pascal, and then now I don't
Yeah.
get it. You both got such resonant voices.
Yeah. Very similar.
Mm.
Fantastic morning.
Yes.
Thank you all. Have a
Thank
wonderful
you,
day.
everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, you as well, guys.
You too. Have a wonderful
Thank
day,
you.
all of you.
Thank you.
Take
Bye
care, everyone.
now.
Bye.
Hey, Craig, you're still on?
Apparently, yes.
Yeah. You didn't want to leave too, eh?
Well, actually, I didn't want to leave, but I gotta be kind of quiet. So,
Okay, no worries.
but
No
yeah,
worries.
I don't know. I don't know who Jesse made host. Is it you or is it me?
I think it's me. I think. I don't know. Because I get it. It says like I can mute all. So that's probably me then.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I found my chart. I don't know, like if you saw it, I sent it to you.
Okay, you sent it to me on Messenger.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Let me take a look at that.
Yeah, it was something. I started reading a little bit about it, but
Does it have your birthday and time on it?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I'll be able to run other ones then.
yeah, it should. Let me just double check, but pretty sure. Pretty sure. Mm. Um, Let's just double check. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's one of them. Is it astro.com or something like that? I'm not sure. One of them. And because you were asking, what was that? Saturn, right? Like where Saturn was on my birth. And it's, I imagine it's the zodiac right beside it, and it says
Yeah,
Libra.
it's in Libra. It's in Libra. Yeah.
Libra. Yeah.
Yeah. You got Pluto and Jupiter in there too.
Pluto. Yeah. Something like that. So yeah, I don't know how to read the chart much, right? Like, so I started looking a little bit into it, but there's a lot to it, you know? It doesn't, yeah, it takes a while before to really dissect like everything in there in that chart, right? So
Yeah. Yeah. Your chart's really lopsided like mine is.
really lopsided.
Lopsided. It's got everything on one side of it.
Oh, okay.
Like if it was a wheel,
Yeah.
it would be. It's not. It wouldn't run completely round.
Yeah.
It'd be more like an egg.
Right. Yeah, it's like when you're going to balance your tires, all the weights are on the same side.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that makes it a little bumpy road.
Yeah. Now, what's interesting is I have a Scorpio sun and a Taurus moon.
Yeah.
And so do you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But my rising is Virgo, And your rising is Capricorn.
So we're similar in some ways.
Yeah, your moon is at 15 degrees Taurus, and your sun is at, looks like 18 degrees or 19 degrees of Scorpio. Oh, and your sun's at your midheaven. That's interesting too.
My sun is what?
Is at the midheaven.
Midheaven.
Yeah, midheaven. Yeah.
Interesting. I don't know what that means, but
Yeah, I
seems
don't
interesting.
know exactly what it means either, but it's interesting. You could look that up in Google.
Yeah, I will do.
Yeah, say sun conjunct midheaven.
Sun conjunct midheaven.
Yeah, and see what it says.
Conjunct. Mid. Sun conjunct midheaven aspect natal and transit.
Yeah,
Okay.
you want natal.
Natal.
Yeah, because that's your birth chart.
Okay, natal. You're
Yeah.
able to rise above challenges and achieve success in the career and public role you take on. You have a confident charisma and makes you an inspiring leader who's able to perform at a high level. You're also able to help motivate others to be productive. Being born with the sun conjoining your midheaven, you enjoy being the center of attention and you're willing to step into a position of power and handle the associate responsibility. When you focus on a personal goal, you're able to not only pour your own energy into accomplishing it, but can also magnetize needed resource and support to assist you. At the same time, you can become at risk of being overly willful, domineering, and authoritative with others. You may allow the attention you receive to make you self-centered in vain. In order to maintain successful work and personal relationship, you will need to make sure you're meeting the need and acknowledging the perspective of others rather than trying to get your way all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty powerful conjunction for you there.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't stepped in, like in career, say.
Yeah.
I haven't stepped in big roles. But I just feel like there's something that's going to shift. I don't know what.
Oh yeah. That's going to emerge for you as part of your awakening. There's a definite charismatic leadership role for you.
Yeah.
Like you aren't going to be the garbage man for much longer. You know what I mean?
What? No vacation anymore?
Yeah. No, you're in a huge preparation cycle right now.
Yeah. I don't know what it
Yeah.
is, but like yesterday, I mean, yesterday or 2 days ago, I just signed up for Reiki level 1, level 2. I'm just, yeah, and I booked like 3 sessions with a Reiki master just to see. Because I think, oh, you might like that. Well, you love the Bible, right? Like you read the Bible quite a bit.
Yes.
So RJ is coming out with a course to dissect the whole Bible.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, we had a taste of it. Like one course or one class was like, is Jesus was how do they call it? Not a stillbirth, but basically with
I'm losing your voice.
Right? Can you hear me now?
Your voice. Yeah, I can now. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, not a
So
stillbirth, but what's it called? What the name did he use? Oh, I can probably find out. Jesus. Let's just see. I can find it. And that was a pretty good virgin birth. Truth about Jesus' virgin birth. And he's telling all about it. Because RJ says, well, he's the reincarnation of Merlin. I think Moses. Yeah, Moses. Joseph.
Uh-huh.
And others. I can't quite recall all of them, but yeah, so he was like, I was there.
Yeah. Yeah.
When Jesus was born.
Yeah. I'm sensing
And I
those
mean,
kind
like
of things.
that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm sensing those kind of things myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Like a huge yeah. Like I kind of identified a life pattern that I've been living that's very similar to Moses.
Mm-hmm.
For one. And yeah, I really identify with Joseph as well. So what's kind of interesting is I've been, for a number of years now, I've been working on kind of reframing Genesis. Like the way the story is told.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pieces that are missing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's what he
especially
saying.
The Adam and Eve story. There's all kinds of stuff that's missing. That's really, really important.
Right.
And you know how science these days kind of assumes that our evolution is actually progressing.
Right.
I don't think that's actually true. I think the first humans that were, like, if you talk back to Adam and Eve times, or even before that, those first human beings were kind of, if we looked at them from where we are today, we'd consider them superhumans.
Mm-hmm.
And something happened. I think the Garden of Eden story and the story of the two trees, eating the two trees and all that kind of stuff, something radical happened that took human beings away from that kind of superhuman way. And so all of the Bible is it's kind of a chronicle, or it's the story of what happened to human beings and the planet as a result of being enveloped in all this dark, heavy energy.
Yeah.
You know, like the story deteriorates really quickly. Like you have Adam and Eve having children, and one of the brothers murders another one. So, I mean, that's how far it fell that quickly. Like one generation, you have this dark energy causing a murder.
Right.
You know, and then we get to the 20th century and look at, we've had world wars where millions of people have been slaughtered. You know, that's not progress. Like that's not developmental progress. It's kind of backwards. It's devolution. It's backward progress, not forward progress.
Oh yeah. Like if you just say like about the pyramid, like
yeah. Well, yeah.
Like
how did they build that stuff? How did they build that stuff without machinery?
Yeah.
Without heavy machinery.
Yeah.
And obviously it was done, and there's no remnants of any kind of mechanical, you know.
Like perfect cuts, perfect everything, right?
Yeah,
like
perfect mathematically, and you know, set in exactly the right direction and all that stuff. It's phenomenal.
And like align with the stars and constellation and all that, right? It's just like, and that's just not just like that. Like there's so many places in the world that they're like that.
Yeah.
You know?
So today we talk about human
example,
beings. Yeah, everybody assumes that human beings are normal today. But normal, what we consider normal, is about 10% of what's probably normal.
Yeah, if that.
For a human being,
Yeah.
if that. Oh yeah, I mean, we've devolved so far that we don't even know. We don't have a clue what we originally were.
Yeah. Yeah,
so I'm coming to believe that a lot of these
far.
things, like even that survival instinct, I'm coming to believe that was a learned behavior. It's not built into the human thing. It's an adaptation that's happened over lots of years, right? Because the indigenous people are still around the planet, are still tribal. You know, they still work and interact in groupings of some kind or another.
Yeah.
And you know, and they collaborate with each other.
Yeah, same with the blue zone, right?
Yep.
The blue zone does that too. But like I think indigenous people does it even more. Like they're drumming together, they're, you know, like they're talking with the element, they're using the element a lot, right? So they have it's just a deeper understanding than even like the blue zone, I feel like, you know. But there's some blue zone that they're in the indigenous as well, right? I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's fascinating. And that's why, like, yeah, this morning it made me reflect so much. I feel like every time, like, say I have a journey, like, say a breath work or a psychedelic, like, I just see the whole pictures like so differently. You know, and I'm like, why do you go to work? You know, like, why do we all go to work? Yeah, it's just, yeah.
We do that because we're civilized.
Yeah, no, exactly. we're conditioned,
supposedly.
right? We're conditioned that like a brand new car will make you happy, brand new house will make you happy, like, and then like when you get those things, then you have to pay for those, and then like obviously we don't have the money for it, so we take mortgages, and then mortgages mean more age, so like death. Right? So yeah, very interesting.
I'm gonna go blank for a minute, voice wise. Okay, I gotta mute. But
Yeah, no worries.
I'll be back in a few.
Yeah, I'm gonna check out like probably in 10-15 minutes anyway, but 10 minutes probably. I'm almost home. But I'll let you know like when he comes out with this course.
Okay, I'm back.
You're back. Right on. What are you up to?
I'm back out on the street.
Oh, you're back on the street.
Yeah. You can
Walking?
probably hear. Yeah. There's somebody
Cool.
trimming hedges or something over here.
Oh, okay.
Might
No,
be able to hear that.
no,
in the
I don't even
background.
hear anything.
Yeah.
No, it's not loud enough for me to hear. Or maybe you got like noise cancellation or something. Maybe your earphones.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe some count.
Hmm?
I've got earplugs in so that I can hear, but they're not. I don't have a microphone on that, so I'm
Oh, okay.
holding my phone up to my mouth.
Oh,
so you
I
can hear
see.
me talk. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, I'll let you know when he comes out with his course.
Yeah, RJ's a pretty fascinating
Oh.
guy.
Man, like if because like the problem, it's like his courses are so expensive. That's always like my block, right? And I took a few.
I have a real problem with that. Yeah. Like people that I mean, he's channeling stuff like crazy and all that kind of thing and all that kind of stuff. But the thing is, that whole thing about light workers that figure they need to have more than, they need to have way more than they actually need is really loses me.
Right.
Yeah, because
it's like retreat for like, I think like, well, you just moved to Arkansas right now.
Arkansas,
he was in New York. I guess like near a beautiful lake and stuff, and then like he got called to really move to Arkansas, and then it was kind of funny because like they saw the house on paper, but they never saw the house for real, and they decided to buy it, and then they moved there. So, but yeah, like now he's in Arkansas, and then like he's got a retreat that thing's coming up, but like they're charging like say like 15 grand for a retreat of like, is it a week I think or 2 weeks?
Yeah.
I think it's a week. It's like
Yeah.
crazy, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'm thinking like his course, like because he says it's is as big as the self mastery, so I'm thinking it'll be like 6-7 grand, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of crazy.
I mean, people pay for it. That's the like that's our blockage though, right? Like you just kind of like, yeah, it is wrong. I feel like it's wrong to charge that much, but in the same time, he's kind of like showing everybody that, when you're confident in your work and stuff, like you can charge that much. People will pay for it.
Yeah.
So it's got two
But to me,
sides
it's
of the
not
coin,
about,
right?
to me, it's not about paying for it. The thing is, there's a lot of light workers out there. Most of the light workers that I know aren't particularly well off.
Right.
And those are the people that need support.
Yeah.
Not that it's that people need support particularly, but if you're talking about changing the world collectively and all that kind of stuff, like we need to be collaborating with people, like not setting up these little dynasties all over the place. It's just ridiculous.
And if you want to reach as many people as you can, then it has to be affordable. But in the same time, what he's saying, he says like, I don't want like $600-700 on my course, 600-700 people on my course. I want like a more like intimate relationship, like so people are able to ask questions, and that's what it is, right? Like you go on this course and like there's on total transformation it might be 100 maybe, but like on this big course like maybe we're like 40, something like that. So we're able to ask questions, and then you'll be able to answer them, and like every call, which is nice. Because like if you have like 700 people, then where's the chance, right?
Thing is, I've operated that way too, where you have a high ticket and do things that way. But bottom line for me is I want the people that are called to work with me. I don't, and that isn't necessarily the ones that have the money. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Like we're using that as a way to kind of differentiate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like who's in and who's out, and that's not right.
He gives grant. I don't know how many like per courses. Like he's got like a donation platform, I guess, and then from that, like he gives. Last course it was two people got the course for free, which is kind of nice. But I mean, so maybe eventually like he's able to bring more people that cannot afford it, maybe. I don't know, right? But like you just did like a self-healing one, and then I think it was like 9 classes, and I think it was something like 6,000, 7,000, something like that. And I mean, like, I would love to take that course too, right? Like, cause like,
Oh yeah.
I read this book. I read the 2 books, right? Self-healing and then Change Your Mind. Like, there's nothing out there that like compare. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, it's so profound what he's saying, right? But like,
Well, yeah.
can I drop like 7 grand while I just had a newborn right now? Right?
Yeah.
That's just it, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, I did the self-mastery and then I loved it. Like, it was really good. And I'll use it for the rest of my life. But
Oh yeah. Yeah.
you know, same as Einks, right? Like, he says, like, yeah, I'd love to take more of his course, but like, I don't have the money right now. You know, and he's not working really, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But I think like the self-mastery, I mean, to me is the ultimate, because, you know, it always comes down to that, like really knowing who you are, right? And from that, like, that intuition will come, like the clair will come, like, it's, you know, because that I am is perfect, is whole, is, you know, there's nothing to add to, right? And so when you get to that place, then all your power comes back to you, right? And I guess that's that self-realization, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, that's so.
Yeah.
So that, you know,
There's
you
another
got like,
there's another side of there's yeah.
yeah,
There's
go
another
ahead.
side of that though too, for me anyway. It's about like, okay, so I download stuff, and what makes that stuff I've downloaded, what makes it mine? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
so this is like my proprietary stuff,
mm-hmm.
you
Right,
know,
right.
that I can put a price on.
Yeah,
You know, there's something about that that's twisted.
yeah, yeah, because there's like, but for him, he says, I'm not channeling, you know,
That's what he says.
or yeah, I don't channel. He says, like, I lost my mind, so yeah, I lost my mind a long time ago, and I don't want to find it. So, you know, he never prepares for these events.
Yeah, well,
That's
then
what he
he's
says. Like,
channeling. He's channeling then.
like,
He just doesn't realize that's what he's doing.
it's just him. You know, it's not like, because like people will channel like Merlin, or like they'll channel Saint Germain or whatever, but it's just they're channeling him basically. He's it. You know what I mean? It's just it's such a weird thing. And he was talking about, you know, Ascended Master, and then like I asked, like, how many Ascended Master right now like walking on the planet Earth? And he says there's 5, but there's only 2 that they know who they are. The other 3, there's 2 in Asia apparently. So I don't know. I don't know for sure.
Does he
but
consider
says,
himself one of them?
Yeah.
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 So, well, because he talked, like, our last session was like talking about the Ascended Master, and like there's 12 Ascended Master, and then who they are, and what's their, because everybody has their gift, right? Their power, right? Merlin or RJ is more about like magic tricks, right? Like Moses, same thing, right? Like, so, and another one would be like more about technology, right?
Yeah.
Another one would be more about love. Like they're all different.
An
right?
ascended master about technology, you said?
Yeah, like healing people and whatnot, and that's like I have to like watch it again, but yeah, I think that's what he
because that one might be me.
says. Might be.
It's so ridiculous.
Might
No, I think there's
be. But the thing, like he says like every person on planet Earth relate to one of the ascended master. So like it goes from like the higher self to the, so like the ascended master are the children of the Elohim.
Yeah.
Right? So
Uh-huh.
that's how it goes. And then like he went in completely depth with it, and then you're like, whoa, okay, I gotta watch this 1,000 times. You know, it's like, because like the first session I had with him, well, like in the group, I was like, who is Merlin? I had no idea. I had no freaking idea. And then like he looked at me and he was like, who's Merlin?
Yeah.
And he said, Pascal, look him up. Merlin was real.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah, that's how clueless I was. You know, and I thought it was a brilliant question. Yeah. Oh well. Oh well. Yeah, no, it's, I don't know. Yeah, he just, when you hear like his interview, like you can just start like listening to him on YouTube and stuff. Like when I start listening to him, like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's just, he resonates so much with me that like, I had a hard time to listen to someone else.
Yeah, that's RJ you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he really resonated with me too.
It's just
like when you, when I watched some of his stuff, I went, wow, yeah, this guy's on the right track. But
and he's not. That's the thing. Like, like you won't hear him like there's no hesitation in like what he's saying.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah, because he knows.
Like it's not like it's not. I heard that from someone, right? It's like an inner knowing, right? That's how I feel like. Like that's why like the channel. Yeah, it might be inner knowing too, but like, and who knows? Like, channeling is just like channeling your higher self, or it's really, because he's saying like, why one being will channel like say Saint Germain, and then another being will, like, they call it the council or whatever.
Yeah.
They all be all different. Why they don't channel all the same thing, right?
Well, the interesting thing is those entities aren't really entities. Like they're all part of the pool.
Right.
But it's our dual minds, it's our binary minds that consider that they are, right? They're not separate. They're not actually separate entities, but we kind of think they are.
Right.
So we kind of get stuck in that story.
Yeah, and like we think, we think like there's a hierarchy to it, right?
Yeah.
Like someone's better than you and whatever, but you are. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But, yeah, the interesting thing is that each one of them has a spirit.
Mm-hmm.
So to speak. Like there's well, I've mentioned this before in our sessions. The spirit of Lilith. Like even my dragon that came up
Yeah.
is called Lilith. And and I've had other people I've worked with like Annette and Christy in MagMind
Mm-hmm.
that told me that was really obvious that I was carrying around the spirit of Lilith.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And so like
Yeah.
it might be that spirit that gives me channeling. But the thing is, my channeling doesn't really come from any particular entity. It comes from the general field.
Right.
And the things I get are they're either specific to the time that they show up, or they're more information to with respect to other things that I've channeled earlier. So like a lot of things come in bits and pieces. So yeah, so I would say like you said, RJ doesn't really plan for his stuff. He just kind of goes with what's there.
Yeah.
When he's presenting something. Yeah, I've been doing that for decades.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, when I taught college classes, I didn't really prepare. I didn't really prepare an outline of what I was gonna talk about. I just kind of went with what showed up.
Yeah.
And yeah. And but that's as much channeling, even though RJ doesn't call it that. That's as much channeling as anything.
Right. Yeah, because it's like, yeah, I don't know. Like I'm not in his head, right? Like I'm not.
Yeah, because he's
don't
not.
know, like,
Yeah,
what's going on.
because he's not getting the stuff out of his own being. He's getting his stuff out of his connection with the other side, just like all of us do. You know.
Right. Yeah. And he mentioned like, I mean, like he doesn't know all the channeler, I guess. I'm not sure, but he says like there's some that they're really good, but others like they're not very authentic.
Yeah.
Like everything else, right? Like it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was like, I'm not talking anybody like out. But he was mentioning that, what's his name, this guy? Paul Selig?
Yes.
Yeah. So he says this is an authentic one. Like, but I have such a hard time to listen to him because like he repeats twice, right?
Yes.
I can't follow what he's saying. Like it's just my mind's not there. It's just like, why he repeats twice.
Yeah. That's just the way his works.
Yeah.
So it's he had he was on the phone, like Paul Sully lived in New York when he started channeling, and he had this friend in San Francisco, I think she was, and she started recording his channelings, and then transcribing them. That's how his books were. That's how his books were written.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was always on the phone with her. So yeah. So that's kind of interesting. But you know something? I was never interested in those people at all until I realized for myself that I was channeling.
Right.
Like I would get things that came to me that I knew that my own brain hadn't made up. Like sometimes I heard voices that were audible, and sometimes it was just a thought that I knew wasn't mine.
Right.
So once I realized that I was doing that, then I started listening to other people that channel.
Yeah.
And the ones that I like are ones who whose information pretty much matches mine.
Yeah, that's the thing, right?
And
like,
has kind of a different flavor from mine, but the basic information matches mine. But none of us have a complete channel. None of us have like the total picture. Yeah, I'm losing your voice again.
Oh, no, for sure. Like, you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
So every kind of ascended master or higher self of the ascended master, they all have to project a little piece of themselves in the other places to know themselves completely, right? But yeah, you're right. Like, and then like now I'm connecting the dot because like, you know, Mike, I think, is it Mike Kahn? He always just talk about love, you know,
Yeah.
and he's probably channeling the ascended master that just talks about love.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and another one would be like, you know, manifestation, or like the other one would be technology. One would be blah, 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 right? Like, so, and like the master of all is my avatar Babaji, right?
Yep.
He's the one that train all the ascended masters, right? And then like I think for what I heard, like like RJ or whatever, the data ascended master, he's the one that comes the most often on planet Earth. A lot of them, they just stay where they're at, you know what I mean? Like they don't come here. Or they had one appearance. So, because he says there's 5 right now. But yeah, like I said, like 2 are self-realized, like they know who they are, and they're both in Arkansas. So I don't know who's his partner. I wonder if it's like, it's not his partner, because he mentioned that like he worked really closely with another ascended master. And I'm thinking like maybe it's his partner. Or like, I don't know. And then there's one in United Kingdom that he thinks like he will remember who he is or who she is when RJ leaves. And then there's 2 in Asia. So I don't know. But anyway, I'll leave you on this. Like I'm back home, and then I'll let you reflect on that.
Yeah.
Just interesting, right? It's just, you know, I'm like, wow. And why am I so interested in those things? I don't know, right? Like I just love hearing about that now. It's just,
yeah. Well, the thing is, you know, it's all of that. All of this stuff is, it's kind of, you know, the field has given us directives about how to implement all this stuff
Mhm.
in real life, you know. So
Yeah. It's like, yeah, it's like all connecting the dots with everything where we've been, where we have accomplished, you would say, or we've done in our life, and then like where are we moving forward with all that, right? So
yeah.
bring all the baggage. Yeah.
Yeah, well, and a lot of it is about hooking up with each other, hooking up with other people who get it as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
It's not about making it a commercial thing. It's about who do I collaborate with?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Okay, Craig, I gotta go. I gotta go to the gym anyway. So, but
Okay.
all right.
Okay,
So
shut her down.
you have
Big
a
love,
wonderful day. All
man.
right.
Thank you for talking for a
You're-
little while longer. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
you're welcome. Yeah, it was nice just to hear you.
Yeah, awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, you'd probably noticed I haven't said much lately, have I?
No, but it's all good. It's all good. Your presence is there. So
Yes,
that's what
well,
I feel.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay, Craig. Big love.
Okay, big love to you too.
Okay.
Have a great day.
You too.